This is Piston Medical Pharmaceutical Factory in Namanve Industrial Park. It has taken 2 years to construct and equip this factory, valued at over 70 billion shillings. The management of the factory, development partners from Tanzania, Zambia, DR Congo, and from within gathered waiting for President Museveni to commission the factory. Upon arrival at around 4:30 p.m., President Museveni moved straight to unveil the dead stone of the factory, ushering Piston Medical to the competitive pharmaceutical manufacturing industry aimed at bridging the gap in the sector.
They have looked at the market and looked at the critical medicines that we badly need. One is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate is that drug that we give to preeclamptic mothers. They are also manufacturing levofloxacin, a very strong antibiotic that we normally give to people who have resistant infection. Paracetamol is one of the most expensive medicine. If you go to ICU, it's one of the medicine that increases the cost of treatment, especially those who are in severe pain and cannot swallow.
Uganda is the first country in the region to manufacture small IV fluids for the children.
What we have been doing in our hospitals, they put on the child and then they pour half. That is wasted. We've been wasting a lot. But also when you look at their packaging, it is meeting more international standards where you don't easily contaminate the fluid.
Benjamin Kiiza, the Chief Executive Officer, Piston Medical Limited, asked the President to address some of the daunting challenges investors continue to struggle with in Namanve.
All of you who are in Namanve Industrial Park know that the shortest route to Industrial Park is between Nambole and Industrial Park, and that road has been in a solid state for the longest time. So if you could help us, because as you have seen, a lot of investment is happening around, but the tributary that is connecting us to the center is almost knocked off.
This was the President's response.
Now, the road you are talking about, I was not aware of it. Now that you have told me, we are going to work on it.
The government of Uganda came up with Namanve Industrial Park as the means to boost the economy by attracting more investors to bring money here in the country, so that also the country can depend less on importation. However, some of the investors who have injected money here, like Piston Medical, they've had a challenge of power connection. There is no power line coming to the factory, and thus they had to incur a cost of about $500,000, which is approximately 1.8 billion shillings, a cost that they shouldn't have incurred if the government had proper plans for this very industrial park.
We have come up with a strategy which Minister of Energy proposed to government, that the individual factories can connect and then recover that money with their future payments of electricity. I think that is working fairly for so many other companies.
They want actually to increase tariffs on imported drugs that have got alternatives already being manufactured here.
Piston Medical wants government to consider reducing the tariff on power in order for them to remain competitive.
You have had the right policy on power to make sure that it is cheaper. But for large factories like this one, even the current rate of 8 may be a bit unsustainable when you compare the people we compete with globally.
Now, on the issue of the electricity, we are going to sort it out. The problem was Bujagari, which has a high cost, but all the other government power stations produce cheap electricity.
Piston Medical has done this with support of the Uganda Development Bank.
We've been having workers for the last 2 years. Nobody wants to lend you money when you're not making money. We are just starting to make money, so you need patient capital. And on this note, really, I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for saving UDB among all the things that were privatized. Because without UDB, I think many of the dreams in the local economy would not come to fruition.
We shall continue putting more money in UDB.
Uganda still spends billions of dollars on importation of medicines for both private and government hospitals, translating into a 70% import reliance. It is hoped that if more factories like Piston Medical prosper, Uganda will save costs and reduce capital flight. Sudil Biarhanga, NTV.
Any of these that I'll read out, get as close as possible.